Welcome back, Design and Draw. You are on week 7, and this week we are finishing up your theme design. So you should have already started your theme design, come up with your theme, brainstormed, gathered images from the image checklist, and then compiled them together into a unique collage that has both small and large images, and then you should be ready for the next steps. So here's what I've done. I created another video that's covering the second week worth of instructions. So the video is linked right in here. It's also linked directly in our theme design instructions. So if I pull this up, here is what you have already done, and I'm going to open it with this so it's a little easier to see. So I did add the videos at the very front. Here is steps 1 through 3 that you did last week. And so here is a video of me walking you through steps 4 through 9, okay? Then we have our student examples, and then the actual steps are down here, and I've started adding my examples because I'm doing this along with you. I am working on mine as well. And so you are now all the way down to step 4, where you can actually trace your collage, and there's lots of different options to do that, which I talk about in the video. Then you're going to practice various shading techniques, and you're going to actually start drawing in and shading. So starting with really dark areas first, like I've done here. I've got like my super solid black areas, and then I'm starting to work into the medium areas with my hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, all that good stuff. Here's my example. And so I walk through all of this, all the way through then going over it with your Sharpie. If you have a black pen, that is awesome, or a thin Sharpie as well. That makes this really handy. If you don't, you can also just use the black colored pencil that I provided in your supply kit. And so you'll go over all of that at the end. With all of your design, you will erase any leftover pencil. Take your time with this, make it look neat. Do not leave this to the end of the week, because I promise you, it takes a little bit of time to make sure that you're doing a good job with the hatching, cross-hatching, stippling techniques, okay? And you want to make it nice and clean. Then when you're totally done, you're going to take a very clear image, and you're going to submit it on Schoology like we've done in the past, and make sure you're filling out that self-reflection piece, okay? Go into great detail, give me 2 or more sentences explaining why you think you deserve whatever grade you deserve for craftsmanship, creativity, skill application, and growth. By doing that, you are getting your 20 points for self-reflection right there, and so that always helps, okay? Another thing to help is, here's the video of me actually going into a little more detail with that. And so I'm going to pop back over here. So all of these things can also be found in Schoology as well, in that theme design folder, but anytime I can, I link them in here. Another thing to note for this week is I am not giving you a discussion for this week. I want you to focus on your theme design, and this week is the end of quarter 1. So I'm going to instead give you this time to make sure that you go back, you've completed everything that I've assigned. So anything that's in Schoology right now that's posted to you is probably something that you should have done if you haven't already. So make sure to double check that you're not missing anything. If you are, you can still do those things. You'll just get docked a little bit for being late, but please still do that. Turn everything in, because at the end of this week, I will update all grades and missing assignments, and I will post those for you. Now, something important to know is I am updating Schoology all the time. Anytime I see something come in, or anytime we have a project submitted, I am updating those grades. Schoology and Infinite Campus should sync together. So anything I update in Schoology will come over to Infinite Campus and update on its own. So I don't mess with Infinite Campus because I don't want them to get confused if I'm messing here and they're trying to sync. But what that means is sometimes it takes a little while for Schoology to be able to sync with Infinite Campus. It doesn't do it constantly. It only does it every, usually like every 24 hours it will update, or I'll go in there and manually sync it sometimes if it's going really slow. So if you're looking at Infinite Campus and it looks like something's missing that you've turned in, or it looks like something hasn't been graded, then go over to Schoology. That's where your updated grade is, okay? And then if it still doesn't link to Infinite Campus in a couple days, which it should, just let me know and I'll make sure that Schoology and Infinite Campus are talking. But Schoology is always where your updated grades are, so that is the most important thing, okay? Really quick, I'm going to pop into Schoology so you can see where all this good stuff is that I'm talking about. So here is Unit 3 Pen and Ink Design, our theme design. So here's where you're going to actually turn in your final theme design. Make sure you add your image to the class share because I know we all love seeing that. And then here is where your instructions are. Your video from last week, your video for this week, and then the other things that I pushed out last week, okay? So you should have everything you need, but as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me, pop into my office hours, whatever you need. Also, we do not have an art critique for the theme design. We only have that for our 3 bigger projects, so no critique, just make sure you do a really good job with that self-reflection. All right, have an awesome week.